Okay, let's try this simultaneous equation, and this is pretty straightforward, but it's pretty easy to mess up. At least I messed it up once, so I imagine you guys could mess it up too. But the first step, two steps, they're not hard. They're pretty straightforward. We have to make one of these letters, x or y, the subject. So we want it to turn it into x equals. Now, y won't work because it'll make it a fraction. You can do it, but it's messy. So you go x equals, you add 4y, and you get 4y, 5 plus 4y. But you write it as x equals 4y plus 5. It's a little easier. Now, wherever you see an x in this formula, you put a bracket and type in 4y plus 5 squared. There's your first two steps and your first two marks. Not too hard. Now, when you do FOIL on this, be very careful because you've got to square the first thing, square the second thing. So that's 16y squared, that's 25. But then it's 2 times the first thing and the second thing multiplied together. There's an outer and an inner product when you multiply these, and that's how you get the 40y. Now here you've got minus 4 times 4y, that's minus 20y, times another y, that gives you minus 20y squared. Then you go minus 5 times 5, and times another y, that gives you minus 25y. You've got a plus y squared right there, plus y squared, and that equals 7. Now all you do is put some of these things together. The y squared, 16 minus 20 is minus 4, plus 1, that's minus 3y squared. 40 minus 25 is 15y, and 25 take away 7 is 18. But this negative, you don't like that negative. Let's divide everything by negative 3 because it goes into all of these things. You'll get negative 3 divided by negative 3 is y squared. 15 divided by negative 3 should be minus 5y, and that should be a minus there. It says plus, but I meant it to be a minus, and because down here it's right. Anyways, 18 divided by minus 3, that's minus 6. So this is y squared minus 5y minus 6 equals 0. Well, you're going to factor that. That's actually a negative 5, so it's got to be minus 6 times positive 1 because you want this plus, it should be a negative. Minus 6y plus y to give you the minus 5y. Well, there you go. There's your answers because y equals 6 and y equals minus 1. And all you do is take minus 1, put it back in here. If y is minus 1, 4 times minus 1 is minus 4 plus 5. You're going to get 5 minus 4, which is 1. If y is 6, you're going to get 4 times 6 is 24 plus 5. You're going to get x is 29. Now, these points here, 1 and minus 1, and 29 and 6, they work in both this formula and they work in the linear formula here. They both make it true. That's why we say we solve for them. I like to put them as ordered pairs. You might get all the marks if you put this here. That's really a minus there. It's not supposed to be a plus. Now it says determine the values of p for which this thing has equal roots. Well, what we have to do is put this like a quadratic equation. And when they say equal roots, that means delta, that b squared minus 4ac equals 0. So that's what you have to do. Put it in 3x squared plus p times x plus 4. Your a is 3, your b is p, and your c is 4. So it's b squared, p squared, minus 4 times a times c times 4. That's the equation, and you want it to equal 0. If it equals 0, it means you have equal roots. You only have one solution. So you get p squared equals 48. Take the square root. You get p equals 4 root 3. I guess minus, plus and minus would work as there as well, because if you're taking the square root, there are two solutions, positive and negative 4 root 3. I'll fix that up in the slide presentation and that, but I think those are the answers.